Get outdoors. For me, this is where it all started.
20 years ago, I found myself wanting to transition from canoes into kayaking. I darkened this doorway to get a look at what was out there. I was drawn to the speed, the maneuverability, and the freedom and independence that kayaks offered. I wanted to explore local creeks and rivers, and not even sure what kind of boat I should be looking for, I walked by the Whitewater section for the first time. My imagination ran wild. Little did I know that reality would be even better, and how different my life would be after getting in this little piece of plastic. There was only one thing on my mind. How do I get started? Back when I started out, and still today, images like these dominate the marketing landscape. Walled-in gorges of towering granite, columns of mist hovering over mountains of water falling over wet cliffs. The lighting is just right. The water is just right. And there's a paddler in the mix making everything look all too easy. For the average beginner kayaker, this starts to induce some anxiety about what's expected and what whitewater kayaking is really all about. And perhaps part of the magnetism of the sport in general, and of these visuals, is the dissonant marriage between the grace and beauty of nature and the apparent danger of trying to harness the most powerful force on the planet. Too many times, this leaves the brand new paddler stuck on the outside looking in, wanting to be part of that adventure, but not knowing how to turn that dream into reality. There's a simple secret. You start small. That's my daughter Ryan in the pink helmet, and my son P5 in the green boat. And they are the perfect example of the individuality of each paddler. It's common sense that every paddler is different. Different body types, different ages, different genders, different abilities, different risk tolerance, and different goals. But the one thing every paddler has in common, from the best in the world to those just beginning, we all start in exactly the same place. And brand new paddlers just starting out, watching highly skilled kayakers sending the biggest water around, see the obvious disconnect between what seems attainable and where they are. There's no doubt that whitewater kayaking can have a high learning curve. What's important to remember is that everything in kayaking is a progression. You start small and you work bigger. Everything's a stepping stone. At the end of the day, though, it's important to remember that the ultimate goal of whitewater kayaking is to have fun. There's going to be moments of exhilaration, moments of triumph, and there'll be some minor setbacks. And the biggest differentiator between someone that enjoys whitewater kayaking and someone that does not is how much fun are they having on the river. And whitewater fun is not reserved for those on the biggest, most impressive water. The different comfort levels of each paddler are going to play a major factor in how far you go in the sport. And it's important to remember that you need to find your own dream, progress at your own pace, and that all those decisions are yours and yours alone. And if you stick with it, what you'll find over time is that things that once seemed impossible start becoming easy. They start becoming second nature. What once seemed like random chaos starts looking like order and predictability. And you find where your comfort zone is. And that brings me back to Ryan and Pete. She has every ability to go as far as she wants in kayaking, but her personality and her risk tolerance has her sitting right at Class 2 with an occasional Class 3. That's where she has fun, and so that's what we paddle. And I wouldn't trade those days with her for anything. And P5 is a completely different animal, a very cerebral, measured, and stoic kid. He has ice in his veins, and his paddling style is one of poise and grace. He is almost completely unaffected by ego or peer pressure, and that's very important in kayaking. His approach to decision making is the correct one. If he feels good about a feature, and he thinks he has the skill and ability to do it, he'll send it. And when he finds himself on something big and scary, he can always look back and remember, I've seen this before. So my message to a new paddler is the same one I gave to my own kids. Let's just go have some fun. And whether you decide to keep it simple or go big, or maybe somewhere in between, you'll find that place that makes you happy. And to me, that's what whitewater kayaking is all about.
Lean forward.